The Houston Rockets done been cheeks for a little while, really since getting Harden up out of there. And with being buns, you hopefully get high draft picks. And specifically when speaking on Houston, they've had and have, moving forward, a lot of draft capital specifically in the first round. Having lots of picks is cool, but if you don't hit on none of them, you're cooked. Luckily for Houston, I'd say at least, they've done them a decent job at drafting, putting themselves in one of the best, bad, situations a franchise could find themselves in. They have too many good young players, and it's quickly coming time to pick and choose who to keep and who to let go. The one guy at the moment I say they 100% need to, and likely will keep is alperen sengun. The young man is tough, has him an interesting style of play that, unfortunately, draws a lot of comparisons to the best ball player on the planet. Now I ain't saying it's unfortunate cause I disagree with the comparison or nothing. Them is just some quite lofty expectations to put anywhere near a now 22-year-old entering year 4. But I'd absolutely be lying if I said I ain't see the similarities. He's one of them newer bigs that are so offensively versatile that you can run your offense through him. An offensive hub that can go and get his own bucket, as well as full live create for others. But before I take it all the way there, I want to start with the area I like sengun the most, in the pick and roll. He is highly effective as a screener, and he sets them quite often. He was 8th in screen assists last year, which is just a screen that directly leads to a bucket. He and Fred VanVleet specifically got a lot of work done this past season, and to get into him as a roller is where he put a lot of his best qualities to use. His guards like to get him to rock on these shorter rolls, allowing for the ball handling, athleticism, and finishing to come through. Now, to go ahead and do this, is Alfie some super athlete? Nope, but he is a very good one. The term athleticism refers to more than just your speed or your vert. When sengun get the rock, he shows to be very quick, agile, and flexible, allowing for him to make plays that a lot of bigs just can't. And sometimes they so low-key that you don't even recognize how tough it is until you come across a big, clunky, stiff big man that can't move for real. Anyways, out of these roles as well, he'll show off a nice little floater or push shot, however you want to reference it, as well as a little dirt one-footer that he can hopefully continue to develop as time go on. And his passing abilities, he is great. Specifically on the short roll, he is like that. Getting it to him in the middle of the floor opens up everything for him. Routinely punishing help defenders, being able to quickly make reads to the point where he just looked like he was a step ahead from the very beginning. Whether that's kicking out to a shooter or dumping it to somebody cooling in a dunker spot. Used to see a lot of Kenyon Martin Jr. or Jayshawn Tate eating off these. But Amen Thompson could be one I see easily filling that role moving forward. Now all the pick and roll stuff out the way, sengun himself is a slithery, slimy scorer. And the post is where a lot of that work will come from. He got good footwork, paired with the patience, being more than willing to just stop and take his time to twirl around and pump fake to find his little bit of space. A move he'll frequent down there is his quick spin, which is tough enough to stop as it is, but he keep you in check with fakes. A strong shoulder fake probably being the most annoying one to deal with. And sliding back to the perimeter, Alfie still has plenty of capabilities, really being able to put the ball on the floor and show off some extra athleticism I don't think his comparison has. I promise you, he be looking like he got just a little bit of burst to him. And once he get to the rim, yeah, he got great touch, but he also does have a little pop and can play above the rim. Can't forget, sengun likes to and is effective playing with some pace. And that's whether he running the show himself or just being a big man and running the flow, which he does well. And when he has the rock with the defense completely out of position, it just make it easier for him to read and manipulate guys and make plays. The weaknesses to in games include, but are not limited to, his three-point shooting. Basically at 30% this past year on a couple attempts. It ain't there yet, but if it ever can get there, it'll open up even more for himself and Houston's offense being able to pop off any of these screens that he set. And defensively, I don't think he a negative per se, but I could not call him a positive either. I think he average at best. His best attributes probably his quick hands, racking up a good amount of steals, a lot of them coming in passing lanes. All in all though, he just lacks impact on that end. His lack of the bigger athletic traits show itself here. He's not fast or a quick lateral mover. He'll do his best work due to anticipation, like I mentioned, getting steals in the passing lane, and putting himself in position ahead of time to just get his hands up. If he is late to the spot, however, it's over. He ain't physically able to recover at all. He not doing very much to protect the rim, and he ain't one that you feel good about checking the premier fouls around the league. If anything, he gon' foul. Was actually second in the league in fouls a game. Listen, bro, it's the off season. People are bored, and narratives start getting made and pushed. As far as in my circles, or the places I just so happen to be on the internet. Sengun seems to have passed the threshold of good young player with potential to the place where he good enough that people try and critique any and every little thing so they can call you overrated. Firstly, his defense. I'm personally of the opinion currently that his offensive gifts outweigh his okay defense. Of course, it'd be nice if he improved over the years, maybe make his way into being a plus defender. But at the moment, he's not bad enough to where he would drag them down. Them overrated talks was definitely a thing during the season too though, as Houston went on their win streak without him. And Jalen Green looked like the second coming of basketball Jesus. Ooh, Sengun's an overrated ball stopper and Houston's better without him clogging everything up. I believe that is a very short-sighted and irresponsible thing to say, at least at present. Houston ran it up during that win streak against some boo-boo teams, which is usually how win streaks go anyways. And JG was putting up Wardell, Stephen Curry numbers from three. I don't think my dog will consistently be shooting between 40 and 45% on double-digit pull-up threes moving forward, even though I would love to see it. He couldn't even just close last season on that kind of behavior. Even so, Sengun's skill set is one that should make Jalen and whoever else's lives easier. His effectiveness as a screener, his abilities to set others up for easy looks off the catch or cutting to the rim. I don't see no reason whatsoever why Jalen couldn't potentially be just as effective while Alfie's on the floor with him. He just been an inconsistent player to this point, which has been the biggest knock on him throughout his 3 years. And lastly, to touch on Houston's contract situation, it's that time to cut them checks. And to me, Sengun is the #1 priority. Many been wondering why neither he or JG been re-signed to this point. Last summer, they made a couple moves bringing in some shot-chucking vets that many detested, but they helped in the short term, which was obviously the goal. And they'll be able to get off Fred specifically after this upcoming season, opening up quite a bit of bread to re-sign both these boys or just one and go hunting for a bigger free agent. Whatever the decision is, Houston's just smartly trying to maneuver with their cap, cause this new CBA ain't no joke. Yeah though, Houston dead in a great spot. Lots of young talent, led by a blossoming young center, and a former top 3 pick that has shown what he could be. I wanted to make this literally in March, but as soon as I started, Sengun obliterated his knee, so, shelved it for the off season, so now I could kind of broaden it out to the Rockets as a whole a little bit. Didn't mention his injury throughout the vid, but I hope he come back okay, confident in his knee, and not losing the few athlete points that he do have. Hope y'all enjoyed this one though. I think Houston definitely one of the teams in the league with a brighter future. It's just a lot more low-key than the Magic or the Thunder, because Houston obviously ain't made the playoffs, but if they play their cards right and continue to develop the young players that they got, they could end up right up there with them teams rather quickly. Like I said, hope y'all enjoyed though. If you did, leave me a little like. Leave any kind of thoughts that you got in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Tap in on my social medias too. I have them linked in the description and all that. And I'll see y'all soon in the next one.